All right. Stage left. Everyone. Uncompromising and powerful. We have with us one of my favorite people in theater, Maronne Cruz. From fashion to self expression, voice acting to stage, our guest is a beacon of uniquely carving your own path towards artistry and the power of femininity. From doving, from dubbing as as Zoey of K-pop Demon Hunters,
Yes.
playing Emilia of Othello by CastPH, now cast as Angie from Barefoot Theater Collaborative's Anthropology, a thrilling play by Lauren Gunderson about grief, technology, and family. We look into and explore our guests' own artistic experience. Join us as we welcome Maronne Cruz.
Thank you for having me. Wow, what
Thank
an
you.
intro!
Thank you.
I was soaking
Di
it
pa
all
niya
up.
nababasa, to be fair.
No, I had no idea.
Hindi, pero for me, I've always been a fan. Like,
Aw.
obviously, we've
Known each
you
other.
known each other in DSM.
Yeah.
And obviously our small circles in Blue Rep. But I don't know. There's always some, for the lack of a better word, there's always gravitas with your performance.
That is so crazy to hear. Thank you.
No. This is aside from being a friend, I just enjoy watching
Thank
you
you.
perform kasi I feel na walang fluff when you perform. And that's just me not buttering you up because there's no need.
God,
we've
stop.
known
No,
each other
I'm
for so
very buttered up.
long.
Like
But
a
yeah,
toast.
I also appreciate then kasi nga because we've known each other and we follow each other on social media. Like there's always something behind the things that you say, that you're vocal about, opinions,
thank
your
you.
advocacy, and
I
so
try.
on. But before we get ourselves ready for a grill with all of this buttering up
At 10 a.m.
at 10 a.m. You know what? Why not?
Why not?
Get
Why
yourself
not
a steak.
think about the important things at 10 a.m. in the morning
Right?
instead of doom scrolling?
Food,
Oh, yes.
Food, coffee. Thank you,
Coffee.
Intex.
Ooh, thank you,
Yes. Yes. So first question is,
Okay.
this is something I ask everyone, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited to ask this to you. How did you get your start in theater?
Wow. Whoa, hold on. I have to go, not to age myself, but like almost a decade back.
When Boba was still called Pearls.
When boba was still called pearls. When our
Zagu.
source of boba was exactly
Zagu.
Zagu. No, ano na. Can I say the name?
Which one?
Serenity.
Yeah.
Serenity
Okay
na.
lang.
Serenity na nun. Serenity
Me,
is huge.
me, it was Moonleaf.
Moonleaf. Sabay sila.
Moonleaf, sabay sila.
Yeah.
Pero I
Moonleaf
think
in Katip also, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For me, Moonleaf in Maginhawa.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, Moonleaf owned QC, huh?
Yes, really.
Speaking of QC, ayun, so I got my start in theater in Blue Rep in Ateneo, as a lot of actually theater practitioners here in the Philippines do, I think.
Yes.
So yeah, Blue Rep.
Hi, Barefoot.
Hello. Yeah.
Speaking of Blue Rep.
So once akong Ateneo, ang course ko actually BS Management. Pero ang totoo, ang ginusto kong course ay Blue Rep.
My Blue Rep, major in Blue Rep, minor in BS Management.
For real, you have no idea. I actually say exactly that. I majored in Blue Rep. So that's pretty much what gave me the connections that I needed to. Short of saying privileged ako. No, honestly, I'm very honest about that. I had the privilege of attending Ateneo and being in Blue Rep because that really does set you up. A lot of the people who work in the theater industry came from Blue Rep, have a connection to Blue Rep.
I agree
So,
with that.
Yeah.
That's again very deliberate. Ang first step ko, I constantly audition for
Blue
at
Rep.
Blue Rep
Yeah.
because if you look at like the people in theater, like Blue Rep talaga will,
Yeah. Yeah. No,
boost
real.
your career.
I agree. Or not, it won't be an instant boost, but it will, if you are willing to, put in the work, do the
Yeah.
networking, then Blue Rep gives you a very good shot.
Yeah,
I
it
agree.
really does.
Totally. But of course, there are more opportunities now, like a lot of internship opportunities
Yes.
that have led to flourishing careers, whether off stage or on.
True,
diba?
true. And did you find your experience something that what was your experience like in Blue Rep? Like, I've read through your past works in Blue Rep. Varied. Sobrang iba-iba yung roles.
They do have a common thread, though. I think I get casted for, I guess to speak more commercially, a lot of the quirkier, I guess more unconventional
That makes
girlies
sense.
like Audrey, Little Shop, Scaramouche even. My newbie prod in Blue Rep was a workshop of We Will Rock You. So I did do We Will Rock You. Who else did I play in Blue Rep? Oh my gosh. Basta. Most of my most notable roles in Blue Rep and even actually in general
In
in
general, I
theater, like
think
Dawn, no, diba?
Dawn, yeah.
They're the girls with a sort of different perspective on life and on themselves and a different sort of sense of comfort with who they are. If that makes sense?
Yeah. And and pretty much something na tipong the way people look at them, they're pretty very the outside of the box pretty, or you're parang ang ganda pala nung love story niya, or
Yeah.
ooh,
Uy, pwede
like
pwede palang ganito mag-isip, or uy, it's okay if you are honest and passionate that you like these things
Yeah,
or
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
feel this way about it. Yeah, yeah.
It's a very interesting parang description to be, associated with, but do you feel like this is something you wear very proudly, or kasi Fee Palmos, he chooses to play
And yes,
queer roles
yes.
even though he already knows that people box him in for it. But for him, it's no. Yes, I want to play these roles. How about you?
That's an interesting question. I think about this often. I am proud of these roles because I think that I'm a great fit for these roles just because of who I am and how I'm able to find I think I'm able to really dive into the intricacies of characters like these. So I'm on one side proud of it, but also I'm an actress. If you put me
Yeah.
wherever I would explore whatever role you'd want me to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And parang at the end of the day, the tools those are
Exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Like, do with it what you need.
If I can play the quirky weird girls, all the more I think I could get into the mind of a guess not as quirky weird. Yeah.
And also like humanize them.
Yeah,
like,
for real, yeah.
They're not your manic pixie girls. Parang they're also people.
Yes.
So
yes.
if you're given that opportunity,
Yeah.
give them the colors, give
Yeah.
them the shapes that most people don't see.
Yeah.
Because they're boxed in.
Yeah. I don't mind. I mean, I don't want to be boxed in, but I don't mind that I'm considered for these roles. Yeah.
And speaking of that, like from Audrey to Dawn to Angie, what was your journey like as a theater actress?
That's a great question. I actually, when I just started theater, I thought that I would need to hide the parts of myself that I thought other people would find weird because I thought it would give me a better shot at getting work. I'm a nerd, right? So
Yeah.
I used to cosplay, a big nerd, cosplay into toys, into anime, into comics and all that. There was actually a time I hid all of that from my Facebook because I didn't want potential casters to see, and then they would box me in. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cosplayer siya. And then they would box me in. So I actually hid those things for a really long time. But I realized through all of these roles and of course, all of the people that I've also been able to connect with because of these roles, whether audiences or people on and off stage, that I can't I can't hide this part of me no matter how hard I try. I think no matter how to word it not as I guess accurately code switch, it's never gonna work for me. There's always gonna be that essence of me. It's gonna be loud and actually it touches people. It inspires people. It inspires myself. So I discovered through these roles that it's not something I should hide. And through the course of my career maturing, I actually, started showing my nerdy and I guess quote unquote weirder aspects more proudly na rin. So,
And parang it's also a disservice for not just to you, but also to the people who live the same way as you
yes,
do.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
tipong, this is part of who I am. Plus, this
Yes.
also helps me, probably pursue something like art.
Exactly. Yeah. For real.
And obviously, if they follow you on TikTok, it's like
Yeah.
it's there. It's like
Even on TikTok, I've gotten some of the most touching comments I've received was, so on TikTok, I'm a bit of it's a different niche, a different, I guess, genre of me, of Maron. One of the most touching types of comments I get is, you really encourage me to play and experiment with my own style. That's, when I get that, it's like, I'm so happy like that I get you to maybe explore another perspective than what you thought was the only acceptable perspective.
Honestly, this is the reason I also wore my ensemble today. Like,
Oh.
I always like my, my comfortable plains. But then again,
Really,
I know
I-
it was you, and like, I need a lot of
Meanwhile,
pop of color.
me and like, well, not this isn't so plain.
No,
No, it's not.
It's not. It's
See,
not.
that's the thing. To me, it's like, okay, this is just plain and it's not.
It's not.
It's not.
Look
I
at this
can't get rid of that part of
asymmetrical
me.
button
Exactly.
lineup.
This color thing going on.
Me, parang sabi ko, I want my pink,
Cute.
my blues.
Yeah,
And
play with color. I love
I
it.
think dapat patas yan. So, I mean,
Nice.
it's a testament to like how you show yourself to the world is also reflected by people you interact with.
Yeah.
And ano siya eh, it's an exchange of energy basically na
Yeah,
na
oo nga,
maganda.
that's a good way to put it.
In a way it's also sharing artistry and creativity that allows people to just be colorful.
Yeah.
And masaya yun.
Art should not have a single narrative.
But
and yeah.
I also looked at your I was while I was researching, I also saw that you mentioned there that trends does inform you of and trends should inform you,
Yeah,
but not
not
pressure you.
Where'd you find this? I remember seeing this, but I don't know where. Okay, girl.
Girl,
Research.
of course, of
Woman in
course.
STEM.
Yes. How do you think are you now informed by who you are and by what you do in the roles you play on your OOTD even like how does your personality, your experience inform you in the books you read even? How does it shape you as an artist?
Okay. So, one thing that I think is important for artists to have is a perspective, is a clear perspective on, or clear message to say about things. So, I'm kind of always looking for that and I'm always developing that. And without even like really actively trying, I find that through fashion, through books, even the roles I do, I'm able to curiously explore myself and just my opinions on different things like beauty, politics, love, diba? Forgiveness. All of these things are explored with curiosity through just the media I consume, the outfits I wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find that I sort of just instinctively do that. Na parang hindi ako papayag na parang walang growth or not naman na kailangan ng growth every time, but hindi ako papayag na hindi ko nire-reflect at 'di ba? Parang yeah.
And it's also very parang if you allow yourselves ourselves to be, open to these things na not curtailing, not hiding things that you feel, you're able to like explore different parts of your artistry, for example.
Yeah, for real. I think also I've gotten comfortable with certain emotions because of certain characters.
That's true.
Yeah, it's lucky actually. Actors get to really come to terms with a lot of difficult emotions through the roles that they do. And alam mo, even through the process, not just through acting, through the process. I remember nung Othello, so sobrang I was afraid of the role and how heavy it was, how important this show is, that I would absorb myself into my Spotify playlists before the show. And a lot of them had really like sad songs that I would internalize in. And Nelsita Gomez of CastPH, hi Nels.
Hi, Nels.
One day he actually was like, hey, why don't you try not drowning yourself in those songs and sort of suffering even before the show started. And just try to trust yourself and just be present and, see what comes. And that advice actually I still carry to this day. Thank you, Nell. It's also helped me trust certain parts of myself also. Yeah.
And I honestly parang feel the same kasi before my first Blue Rep was Rent.
Oh.
And I was Tom Collins.
Oh.
Parang I had a compelling feeling that I had to explore a darker side of. I used to do I was in the NGO field during that time when we knew each other.
Yeah.
Parang Tom Collins is more of an anarchist, so I was exploring the darker end of my NGO life. Na tipong I should be angry with the system.
Yes.
Tapos na-realize ko parang Hindi siya healthy.
If that burp was audible on stream, sorry.
Oh, okay
Sorry.
lang. Ako
Anyway,
din.
sorry. It was
My
not healthy.
acidity is the name
Yeah.
of the game
I know.
now.
Thank you, IntX.
Thank you,
Delicious
Int-
coffee. It's unfortunate we are acidic.
We don't blame them. It's our age.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, sorry.
the anarchy of it all was sobrang. It brought out certain emotions, but also was it necessary to like for the scene, like for overall in the play,
For you.
for me
Off stage.
even,
Yeah.
kasi mabigat siya, mabigat yung galit.
Yeah. I mean, it's important to explore those, right? Hindi naman na, kasi ang danger naman is if you don't engage with it, the character is superficial and broad strokes. It's a fine line, no?
It is, and you need to also practice the discipline of sharing the scene with your partner. Kapag may masyado ka ng maraming bit-bit, hindi ka na nakikinig.
Yes! Sorry. Yes, for real.
Very important for
Yes.
younger artists who want to be an actor. Girl, listen.
Yeah.
Sabi
I
nga ni Beyonce.
Listen.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Kaya I'm sharing this kasi I agree na sure you want to be able to like explore your character, but also if you just allow yourself, you be free from all the pressure of like, I might have to be this.
And there's a narcissism also in putting that kind of pressure on yourself. Like, we are a community here on stage.
That's true. That's very true. And before we go on a quick break,
Intermission?
yes,
Oh, so theater.
May act two pa.
Oh.
No, but I wanna be able to like since we are talking to younger artists as well with how to discover themselves. A lot of us now in the country are, while the theater community is blooming, it's blossoming now. It's still hard to see how as an artist you become a creative in this industry and trying to sustain. Like, what do you feel naman for you is your future in how do you see yourself as an artist and knowing what you have now? No, but it's
No,
true.
that's a great question. Yeah.
Kasi there's a lot of things that we have to balance as artists.
I
Some
was
of us
just
have
thinking about that. Yep.
we have jobs.
Yeah.
Some of us have to, create our niche in content creation.
Some of us have to yellow basket.
Yeah.
No
You know,
shade, no shade.
no,
oh my
no,
god.
I mean,
Yeah.
And some are very vocal
Yeah.
that they say that they are blessed. Let's go back to the episode of Gilan
Yes.
who says na pasalamat yung mga magulang niya sinabi sa kanya yung mga kapatid mo kailangan yumaman para yung isang anak ay maging
Oh,
artist.
that's kind of true.
So
Kind of true. That's a privilege that I somewhat have also. Yeah.
that's and I have I bring a different experience because I have to juggle so many things and yet I
Yeah.
want to be an artist.
Yeah.
So what is your perspective naman in your future as an artist you feel that you bring into the table for yourself and for the
Sorry,
for
what
others?
is my perspective?
Like what do you see, how do you see yourself in the future as an artist?
Wow, that's such a difficult question, particularly in the Philippines, because also the creative industry is constantly changing.
Yeah.
So honestly, long-term plan, I'm gonna be honest. I would like to diversify more with content because I think that's a good balance between getting my message. I'm lucky to have built something where I am able to get a message out there that is hopefully substantial, but also every now and then I can be like, let's talk about makeup, So I think there's potential there that I would like to grow and work on. And a constant in my life is always going to be voice work. I think I will continue that. Lalo na after K-pop Demon Hunters, my
Oh
gosh.
my god, yeah. Congrats.
Thank you, my
well
God.
deserved also.
I can't believe it. So, what do you mean I get to say that I was a dubber in K-pop Demon Hunters? It's
Right?
crazy.
Right?
It's such a good show and I'm a fan of it. So parang,
Buhay ang
it's
ano
really
natin.
hard to say. I think, and that's just the truth that we have to face as creatives. If it's for just pure creative pursuit, it's gonna be a little hard to predict, and you're gonna have to be adaptable.
And it's not easy,
It's
to
not
to
easy.
live off of theater.
No,
If anything, you can't.
you cannot.
We were just talking about
Well,
how
I mean, if
dental
you're-
is
if-
expensive.
Oh my God. Yeah, with health, dental, you don't have insurance. So, you really have to find different avenues and that's where you diversify, no? Parang diskarte mo na yan if you want to how far off the creative side you want to veer into to sustain your soul, diba? To
Yeah.
sustain
Or be like me
your-
and Mikey.
Exactly.
Na corporate girlies.
Yeah. I'm also still navigating this, honestly, because I've actually just creatively, like professionally recovered. Not naman just. I'm still sort of finding a solid footing after the pandemic. Yeah. Because what happened was my career was going good and then pandemic.
Sis,
And I had
same.
to, yeah. And the theater industry has changed so much. So,
Same.
yeah.
Hard same.
Yeah.
Ang
I'm
hirap
not sure
nung-
if I have advice. I can only tell you what I'm going
That's
through
why.
now.
That's why I
Yeah.
asked you, like, where do you see yourself? Like, yun nga eh. Kasi I know everyone's path is different. Mine really weirdly went to corporate.
Yeah.
So everyone's experience is different.
Yeah.
Eh.
You
But
know, going abroad, not just for work, but just for, more education, more perspective is not off the table. Yeah, but for now, I'm building income.
totoo.
Yeah.
But I honestly like the selection of characters that that you've portrayed
Yeah.
recently. Very, very sarap. Ang sarap
Masaya.
as an actor. Like
I'm sure, yeah. Well,
It's-
I'm sure I know.
yeah. Pero, ang saya, look at these. But we will talk about those roles later, particularly Angie, when we come back from a message from our partners.
Yay.
Woohoo!
Thank you,
Episode
partner.
2, let's go.
This episode is brought to you by Int Bar X Cafe. Whether you're looking for a quiet spot for script readings at X Cafe or hidden cinematic cocktails at Int Bar, it's the ultimate Cubao Expo sanctuary for every Filipino artist. Step through the photo booth and find your next scene. Int Bar X Cafe, where film meets flavor. Clieg Studio Self-Photo Studio, the first self-photo with cake decorating concept in the Philippines. The studio is open from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mondays through Thursdays and 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. from Fridays through Sundays. Sunnyside Sound Productions. All of our partners are located at Cubao Expo, Quezon City. Now, back to our show.
Wala talaga, wala ako matatawag na kalapati from that.
Ako din, no?
Ayun, there you go. Okay. And we're back. Maraming salamat to our partners. Thank you for always being with us, and thank you for providing fuel for this little engine that could.
Oh.
Yeah. They've been with me for years. Yeah. So like again, thank you, Sunnyside. Woo!
Yahoo.
And I'm very, very proud to say, like, I've always enjoyed the quality of audio because obviously you have to listen to your own podcast. Like, Sunnyside is the place to go, baby.
Super cozy here too. Like,
I know, right? Oh
fall
my
asleep right now, actually.
God. Sobrang at
This is
home na ata
nice.
tayo dito eh. Kasi
This is
Cubao
nice.
Expo has always been the vibe.
I
Has always
missed
been.
Cubao Expo.
But I understand you're a Makati girly,
Yeah, man.
poblasyon.
No, tickets are so expensive to QC. Tickets!
Ma'am, ang hirap nga kumuha ng visa.
Visa!
Okay, let's go back. Sobrang nakakalimutan ko may camera.
I know, right?
Okay, so now that you are in a production with Barefoot Theater Collaborative, could you please introduce Anthropology for us, and who is Angie?
Okay, so Anthropology, as Jello already mentioned, is a play by Lauren Gunderson. It's an all-female cast about... not the cast. The cast is not about. The play is about... Good morning. The play is about grief, sisterhood, technology, particularly AI. And, it's a thriller, and I want to keep you thrilled. So I will only say this much about Angie. I'll actually talk about Meryl instead, her sister. Yeah, Meryl is an AI programmer, like very like Silicon Valley, smart, nerdy, super programmer, woman in STEM.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Woman in STEM.
Something like that.
Always.
Yes, and she has a sister named Angie who is missing.
Yeah.
She's been missing, presumed dead for a year. And so Angie creates...
No, Meryl.
Ah,
Ladies and
oh
gentlemen,
my
an actress.
God. Meryl creates an AI of her sister, Angie. And that's all I will say. Because it's a thriller.
Yeah,
Keep it thrilling. Yeah.
And as I've been doing my research, you'd be surprised how people are very respectful of the plot.
Yeah.
And
You could look it up if you wanted to.
you could, but all of the
No.
surface level YouTube videos,
Yeah.
no mention at all.
Yeah, because
It's so good.
it's more fun that way.
And I find it very interesting that people are respectful of the story.
Yeah.
They really don't talk about it.
Must be hopefully it's worth it then, right?
Sana. That's why.
We think it's worth it.
Yeah, and I myself didn't bother to like read the plot at all.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to do a surface level research. And very interesting.
Super. It's actually, if you look at its surface level, a lot of people have compared it to that one Black Mirror episode. I think it's called BRB. I could be wrong. But it stars Domhnall Gleeson, one of my favorite actors. And oh my gosh, the Agent Carter. What's her name? Agent Carter. Basta. She's also incredible. And in this episode, she loses her partner and basically gets an AI version of him.
Yeah.
But people compare it to that, but it's nothing like it in many ways. So if you
I'm
are
so
thinking it is
excited.
like that one Black Mirror episode, it's very different.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, just similar premise.
That's so exciting. And sige, since we're gonna gloss
Okay.
over Angie, what does it mean for you to have this all women cast naman? Like especially tackling such like human issues of
Yeah,
grief,
yeah.
of like, and
Yeah.
now we both know our opinions about AI, but how do you like play with those topics? The gesticulation is crazy. Sorry. Sorry about that. 10 a.m.
Okay, this is the data center thing.
Yeah,
right?
the anger, like
It's a data center box. I don't even know, man.
the farm.
I should know. Anyway. I should know.
But yeah, like like all women cast,
Yeah.
grief even.
Oh my
like,
God! Right?
Like that love story also. Oh my- it's crazy. It's
Yeah,
like
especially like grief and sisterhood. And on top of that, you have women of different ages, all with different perspectives to the technology that is central to this play, all troubled in different ways. So it's just going to be so interesting to see all of them be messy, headbutt with each other, embrace each other. And even in the rehearsal room, this thing is a thriller, and so there's a lot of things that also we are trying to decipher for ourselves. And it's just it's so inspiring. It's inspiring. What did I say? Inspiring. It's like inspiring and nourishing to just sound off with all of these super intelligent women in the room. I feel like my brain is constantly eating well every single day.
And it must be so parang siksik yung rehearsal,
Yes,
especially
sick is the right word.
because
Yeah.
with Kaisa.
Oh my God, with Kaisa, she is so amazing at bringing out the finest thread of humanity in scenes. Just listening to her, I learned so much from her. Kaisa was one of the people. I just want to say, Kaisa was one of the people that I'm so lucky to have in this industry, and I'm so lucky to have started out with, because her guidance, her mentorship. I think she's one of the people that's made me who I am today in the industry. So
Could you tell
Kaisa,
me-
I love you, girl.
Tell us more about that rehearsal. Like I'm
Yeah.
curious, since we can't, we'd rather not talk about the plot. But
Yeah.
I wanna feel what it's like to be rehearsing in that room. I wanna be in the room where it happens, where like these are all women and like
Yeah.
really powerful women.
Yeah.
Like,
So
what's it like?
Oh my God. Yeah, as I said, so the play talks about grief and sisterhood. And so we're also having discussions about those in order to understand the scene. So it's also a little bit like therapy. We are all, providing examples of our own experiences of loss. And we are all actually collectively trying to form our own perspectives on AI and how AI factors into how AI can either help or hinder the grieving process. We're all still, right now, because we're still in the early stages of rehearsal, we're all still trying to hash that out for ourselves. Yeah.
And it must be also difficult because you're already informed, like with everything that's happening in the real world right now, and how AI is pretty much destroying a lot of the human aspect of our
And
of
literally
our world.
also the earth, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
literally bad for the world, right?
Yeah,
It's destroying forests and all that stuff.
It's hard not to judge even your character, because
Excuse me.
Go
Sorry.
lang.
Coffee. Thank you, Intex. Okay, sorry.
Thank you, Intex.
Thank you, Intex.
You can visit us at
Delicious.
Cubao Expo. It's amazing.
Yeah. Sorry, you were saying
No.
it's hard not to judge your character. What is that? What you said?
Yeah, because ang dami talagang masamang nangyayari.
No, actually, that's something that I had a staunch stance on AI. And it still is pretty much staunch, right? I don't even have I don't have any active use of AI in any of my devices. Like, I don't have to have GPT or anything like that. And I refuse to. But it's actually hard nga not to judge these people because, as much as no matter how strongly we feel about it, AI is something that's going to be present and it's something that's going to be a part of our lives. And I do see that there are cases where it can be helpful.
Because it's always been there.
It's always been there.
But it never encroached on human aspect of society. It never
Like
encroached
now.
on environment.
Yeah. And it's, I didn't expect it to be this unregulated also.
Yeah, exactly. All in favor of, rich white men.
Power. Exactly. You mentioned women in AI, right? I think that's what makes this play feel a little different. Because, statistically, men use more AI than women, actually. Like Gen AI in particular, more men use Gen AI than women. And we've seen the effects of how men use AI. It's all about power, conquest, shortcutting the human processes.
And don't get me started on Grok and that last
Oh my gosh.
issue.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly, to like undermine consent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But, one of the interesting ways I think this play tackles AI use is that.
And that a woman created it.
Yeah. And it's about connection.
And it's yun nga eh. Tipong, how do you now parang humanize that purpose of the AI's creation was to unpack
Yes.
and to process.
Mm-hmm.
So, yung parang hold mo muna yung galit mo.
Yeah.
Leave it at the door.
Yeah.
Let's see how this might work for you. And
She just wants to talk to her sister.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
kaya nga and then parang I'm excited to watch it,
Yeah.
to be honest, but also it must be a crazy rehearsal room.
Oh, yeah.
A sans na
Gives
nga,
me life.
sans na nga the story for me na lang talaga the cast. I'm like,
Oh my God.
oh my God,
so lucky.
this cast.
I fangirl over Jenny Hamora every day.
Sis.
Actually, I fangirl over everyone. Kaysa Jenny, right? Jackie, I just met one. Oh my God. I cannot wait for you guys to see Jackie in this show. Woo! Mickey.
Mickey.
Also, Sarah is in our team. Sarah Fakuri, who recently did the production design for Faust. Which
Yeah.
was one of the coolest things we saw last year. Well, I didn't get to watch, but I've seen.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that framing, the way she used
That little
frames.
aperture thing, yeah. Delicious.
Delicious.
So,
But
it's
yeah,
been a delicious experience.
I'm excited to see the product of this, process. Kasi, girl, that cast, crazy. Jenny, thank you for being you. I'm a
Jenny,
big
thank you.
fan.
Thank you for
Masyado
being
ako
my sister.
masyado ako nagfa-fangirl. But okay, let me go through my questions.
Okay.
Para kung sira. Okay.
din.
Grief is such a powerful human experience nga. And the way you explored the way that we explore AI now, like how do we now borrow lend it onto the how do you now lend it into stages? Because we've explored grief through Hamlet, Next to Normal, and even nga Dear Evan Hansen has like grief in it and its place in social media. Why do you think we gravitate towards grief stories and like the way we embrace the inevitability of AI now? Like how do we siguro sa you as an actor, like how do you want to approach it? Grief,
Wow.
tech,
Okay. Damn.
womanhood.
Right. Okay, so I think grief is one of those things that we're always trying to understand, right?
Mm-mm.
It's familiar, but it's foreign at the same time. And every time it hits us, it has a different shape. It feels different every single time. And it's also shaped by the context in which we experience it. And today, it just so happens that it's a super technologically advanced world and technologically reliant world even. How do I approach that? I think for me, the AI is a tool that is there.
Yeah.
The grief is the same, no matter what. Our exploration of grief is always going to be the same. But now I guess the questions that are asked now is like, what does grief mean if there is something as significant as grief pots even, which they're a real thing. They're a real thing. That as I said earlier, can either help or hinder the grieving process. Yun nga. So it's a tool, but it does change the process depending on the person. So that's what actually I'm exploring, what everyone else is exploring. How is this person, how grounded is this person in the reality amidst this technology? Because that's what's important. That's what changes grief per person. If you're using AI somehow, yun, parang that's what we're exploring.
And I also...
That's how, yeah. Go.
Go.
No. That's it.
I was also... Parang gusto ko rin tignan na with the play and especially with theater, it's not just about the exploration of how things are and how bad things are or how they might be. It's also sometimes a platform for us to process.
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah, there's always going to be that one show, one song, even outside theater, diba? There's always going to be that one piece of art that helps someone through their own grieving process. Yeah.
And where do you see yourself in like with the help of technology maybe and especially with these kinds of plays, like what's the hopeful part of it as an actor? Like do you think that this play helps us with that, or it's more of unpacking?
I think it really is both, because again, we have so many different characters and they all have a different approach to what's needed if a person is experiencing loss. So personally for me, like as Maronne, I would always emphasize that you will always need community still. You will always need community and connection still. And I think that's something that is going to be central to maybe my attack, I guess, I don't know. I'm not sure yet. It could change. It could change.
Yeah, we're still in rehearsal.
Yeah.
And also I saw like an interview of Lauren saying that this is the reason why it's all women.
Yeah.
Because they keep on all of the clash, all of the disagreements, the headstrong headbutting. They forget they have so much in common.
Exactly. Yeah.
They're all women and they all experiencing the same thing, being in this patriarchal world.
And they're all just trying to connect.
And they're all trying to connect. So
it doesn't always work, but they're always trying to connect.
It's an interesting, parang put them here. Let's see how they work through, grief, their problems.
Yeah.
I like that interview in particular kasi yun nga, tipong, nga no, like the characters are so against so many things with each other, pero they're all women.
And I also think this play is still so human. I think that, technology reveals actually what's most human about us if you go underneath all of like the buzzing, clicking, and whirring and listen to what's going on in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this play will help people realize some of those things.
Kaya ako, excited din ako. And also like, yay, Barefoot.
Yeah,
wow.
Honestly, go Barefoot.
Let's go. Exciting.
Such interesting stories, diba? Such fresh stories.
And siguro, before we like, formally close our interview, I'm curious as a content creator, dare I say fashion content creator, and also as a theater actress, like for you, what is something that you want to tell people, your followers, the people who followed your career, or fans like myself, like what do you feel is something that you want to share in your experience, like about pursuing theater to all aspiring artists? Like, I personally know you as someone who expresses yourself.
Yeah.
How do you tell others that as an aspiring artist, this is
be
a
so
good thing?
chalant, y'all. Be so chalant. This world is actively, it's so easy to be dull. It's so easy to fall into the routine of, dullness, apathy. I can tell, particularly for creatives, I can tell when a creative doesn't read the news. I can tell. I can tell when a creative doesn't care about what's happening in the world. So I think, this is actually advice that was passed on to me by Andre Pamintuan, one of my...
Andre.
Yeah, Andre. I will never forget this advice he gave me, and it's also advice I would share. Just don't be insular. Read the news. I know it's difficult, right? The world is on fire.
Literally,
but
even.
you have to And you know that it wants you to be so tired of it being on fire that you just don't. You want to escape. You want to stop caring, but you have to.
They earn from apathy.
Don't suffer, but you have to, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they earn from apathy. They earn from apathy. They earn from you being used to how bad things are.
They want sheep.
Yes.
They really want
They really
sheep.
do. And it's going to suck and it's going to be uncomfortable, you know, but you have to care. Find ways to fill your cup because you always can't be working on rage. You can't be working while, you know, that's unsustainable. But you still have to come back to chalans.
To chalant. If anything, anthropology for me, and I hope it does, it's like that, is we talk about grief and, you know, the problem with AI, but at the end of it all, it's all about connection.
Yeah.
It's all about, you know, finding commonality with people.
Yeah.
So I again, from what I know from the play, it's that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to like to see that on stage.
I'm looking forward to feeling it on stage myself when we
That's
get
true.
there. Yeah.
Sobrang exciting.
I'm so excited too. You know,
Super.
also this is a bit of a first in I'm not sure if it's a first, but I haven't seen anything that's this gonna be tech heavy in theater, so I'm exciting.
Exciting.
It's
Parang
so sci-fi. I think the last thing I saw anything like this was Red Turnip's The Nether.
I haven't seen that. Oh my God, that Red Turnip. That's so long ago.
Oh my God, can I just say, when I would watch Red Turnip plays before, I was so new in the industry and I was like, wow, I think I would be a great fit for shows like those.
Well.
Stay true, y'all.
That's true.
Stay true.
And again, before we end, thank you again, Maron. Please,
Thank you. This
please
was
promote anthropology, go lang. Go for it. Mikey's not
I want
here.
to get this right. I
Yes,
want to get
Mikey's
this
not here.
right.
Okay lang yan. She wouldn't know.
Conveying the correct information is a great responsibility.
That's
And so-
right.
All right, guys. Come watch Anthropology by Lauren Gunderson. It stars Jenny Hamora, myself, Mickey Bradshaw, Mickey Bradshaw Volante, Jackie Lou Blanco, and it's directed by Kaisa Borromeo. And it's gonna be at the Doreen Black Box in Arete in QC. I'm gonna be a QC girl for a
Yes.
month. And that month, 3 weeks. It's gonna be from March 13 to 29. March 13 to 29.
Yes.
See you at the theater.
Yes, excited na kung dala mo yung maleta mo, your
Neck pillow.
neck pillow, tapos meron ka yung
Eye mask.
eye mask. Yes, babiyahe na siya, lilipad
Correct.
na siya to QC.
QC.
That's right. And with that, maraming salamat sa lahat. Palakpakan natin si Maronne
Thank you,
Cruz.
Jella. This is
Thank you.
incredible.
Thank you. I hope you had fun.
This was one of the most nourishing discussions. Para kung nasa rehearsal room lang din. Sa sarap
baklaan
ng
lang.
usapan.
Baklaan lang talaga tayo.
Correct.
At maraming salamat sa lahat. See you soon in the next episode. Bye everyone.
Bye.
Palakpakan!